Imagine an ancient city with towering temples and majestic palaces that once stood proudly on the shores of the sea, only to slowly vanish beneath the waves. This city is Dwarka, which, according to Hindu tradition, was the residence of the legendary Krishna, one of the greatest heroes and deities of Indian mythology. But Dwarka is not just a myth. Recent archaeological discoveries suggest that a real ancient city may have truly existed beneath these waters. This is Travel in History, where every mystery has a story and every story hides a deeper secret. Join us as we explore strange facts, dark legends, and the questions no one dares to ask. If you're curious, brave, and love a good mystery, you're in the right place. Subscribe and let the journey begin. Historically, Dwarka was located in today's Gujarat state, on India's western coast, right on the Gulf of Khambat, a stretch of sea that now hides many of its secrets. Ancient Hindu texts, such as the Mahabharata and the Bhagavata Purana, describe Dwarka as a luxurious city, built with stone and gold palaces, wide streets, and canals reminiscent of Venice. It was a thriving hub of merchants, craftsmen, and nobility, as well as a center of spiritual and cultural importance. From an archaeological perspective, the first underwater discoveries in Dwarka date back to the 1980s, when expeditions by India's National Institute of Oceanography, NIO, identified submerged structures about 30 meters deep. These remains include stone walls, ceramics, metal objects, and tools dated to roughly 3,500 years ago. Some researchers link these findings to the Vedic civilization, bridging the gap between myth and historical reality. The inhabitants of Dwarka, according to texts and archaeological studies, were a sophisticated community of merchants, artisans, and priests. The city boasted advanced knowledge of architecture, hydraulics, and navigation. Hindu scriptures describe Krishna as an enlightened ruler who guided his people with wisdom and military strategy, making Dwarka not just a religious center, but also a political and commercial hub. Dwarka's people practiced advanced spiritual and philosophical traditions, built temples dedicated to multiple deities, and designed a network of canals facilitating trade and transportation. Ancient texts mention the use of precious stones and unique architectural designs, many of which correspond to the submerged columns, decorated ceramics, and building layouts discovered underwater today. But how did such a magnificent city disappear? Mythology tells that Dwarka was submerged by the sea after Krishna departed, as if nature itself wanted to erase every trace of its glorious past. Scientifically, this disappearance can be explained by natural phenomena: rising sea levels, tsunamis, coastal erosion, and sudden floods. The Gulf of Khambat is geologically unstable, subject to strong currents and land subsidence, factors that could have gradually swallowed the city. Modern studies suggest that Dwarka was not destroyed in a single catastrophic event, but gradually lost over centuries due to repeated flooding and climatic changes. Submerged structures show the city was built only a few meters above sea level, making it vulnerable to storm surges and erosion. Sediment analysis indicates periods of strong currents and tsunamis between 1500 and 900 BCE, which may have accelerated its submersion. Today, Dwarka continues to amaze scholars and mystery enthusiasts alike. Underwater explorations have revealed rectangular and square structures, believed to be remnants of buildings or temples. Stone and metal objects, ancient anchors, and ceramic fragments have also been found. Yet the city remains only partially explored, with the currents and depth keeping many of its secrets hidden. Dwarka stands suspended between myth and reality. Krishna's legend and the submerged city inspire stories, films, and studies, while archaeological research strives to reconstruct a tangible history from the fragments found. Its presence in sacred texts makes Dwarka a bridge between historical past and India's spiritual heritage, a symbol of how history and myth can coexist, inviting us to explore with curiosity and respect. Narendra Modi and his role in archaeological research. India's Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, has shown strong interest in promoting and preserving the country's cultural and archaeological heritage. Under his leadership, numerous projects have been initiated to explore and highlight historical and archaeological sites, including those connected to the sunken city of Dwarka. Modi emphasizes the importance of these discoveries, not only for understanding India's ancient history, but also for strengthening national cultural identity. His government has collaborated with academic and scientific institutions to fund and support underwater research in the Gulf of Kambat, seeking to uncover hidden mysteries and promote cultural tourism in the region. Furthermore, Modi often stresses the connection between spiritual traditions and material history, encouraging an integrated approach to heritage conservation that combines science, religion, and popular culture. This commitment has brought international attention to Dwarka and other submerged historical sites, sparking renewed interest in marine archaeology in India. If you know more or have theories, let us know in the comments. We read them all. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more mysteries like this one.